Hi everybody, welcome back to the lesson 5 of the Algebra and Algebra 1 summer packet. Today we're going to be talking about multi-step inequalities, and if you've already done lesson 4, this is pretty easy because it's essentially the same thing. So let's talk about inequalities. Inequalities are basically a comparison of two expressions. We're just looking at them and saying, nope, this guy is bigger, this guy is not, this one's equal and bigger, and fun stuff like that. A solution is the values for the inequality that make the inequality true. So, unlike equations, we're not going to have a single number. There are lots of different things that can work. So when we finish it, when we get x is greater than 3, what that means is we actually have a lot of numbers that are greater than 3. And 3 itself isn't a solution. We're just basically giving a rule at the end to let us know, like, here, if you follow this rule, you'll have all the solutions you need. And inverse operations, just a reminder, are the operations that undo each other. So like multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, those are all inverse operations. So let's talk about solving inequalities. We solve inequalities just like we solve equations. We're using the inverse operations, and we follow SAD-MAG. So again, this is just telling us the order to undo those operations to get the variable by itself. So undo a subtraction and addition to the variable, undo anything being multiplied or divided by it, exponents, grouping symbols, stuff like that. Okay? There is a special rule, an extra rule for inequalities. Like everything else though, this is all the same thing we do for equations. But with inequalities, if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, you must flip that sign, that inequality sign. Okay? So let's do a couple of examples. We'll do one, you'll do one, kind of stuff like that. So example 1, we're going to solve it, check it, and graph it. Okay? So we got to get x by itself. This is just 2 steps, so it's not even a multi-step yet. We're just getting into the inequality groove a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and get x by itself. So the very first thing, we're going to undo this by getting rid of this minus 12, the subtraction. So to undo that, we're going to add 12 to both sides. So that way, these guys cancel out, and I'll just get 3x by itself on that side. So I get 3x is greater than or equal to 21. Now I'm going to undo the times 3 with the x by dividing by 3 on both sides. That way the 3's will cancel out, and I'm left with x. Now because I'm dividing, I need to check to see if I have a negative number to flip the sign. I'm not dividing by a negative 3, so I don't need to flip the sign, it's just a positive 3. So I end up getting x is greater than or equal to 7. Now the way to check this is, whatever your rule is that you get at the end, pick a number for x, something greater than or equal to 7, and plug it in, see if it comes out true. So we're going to pick a number greater than or equal to 7. Let's pick 10, and we're going to plug it into the original problem. So ideally, if this is correct, it should come out true at the end. So 3 times 10 gives us 30. 30 minus 12 gives us 18. 18 is in fact greater than or equal to 9. So that's a good solution. So that means our answer is x is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, and now to graph it, we are just going to put a solid circle on 7 because it is equal to, whenever we're equal to, it's going to be solid. And then we're going to point to all the numbers that are greater than 7. So that's actually off into the sunset to the right. And where's my little thing? There we go. And that's my graph. I know, this is kind of a review for you because it's 2-step equations. But now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the multi-step. So we are going to distribute, combine, and solve. Same steps. So we are going to go ahead and distribute the 5 first. And we're going to multiply it by the negative 3x and the negative 5. So 5 times negative 3x gives us negative 15x, and 5 times negative 5 will give us negative 25. Now it's just like there's nothing to combine on this side, and there's only one term here. So we just go ahead and solve it like a 2-step. I'm going to get rid of this minus 25 first by adding 25 to both sides. So I get negative 15x is greater than or equal to negative 3. And now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this negative 15 by dividing both sides by negative 15. Now, here's where I need to stop because I'm dividing by a negative number. So that means I'm going to need to flip this inequality. So, I end up getting x by itself here is actually less than or equal to negative 3 over negative 15, but I'm going to simplify that fraction, and I get 1/5. So that is my final answer. So you guys are going to try this one on your own. And then we will talk about this more in class and everything, and that's it for inequalities. It's very, very similar to equations. The last thing I'll say, though, is a little warning for this. Try on your own. There's no number in front of the parentheses, so that means there's an invisible number there. So, but yeah, that's it for inequalities. It's very, very similar to equations. So if you can do equations, you can do inequalities. Okay? But I'll see you guys next time. Bye!